Hi dear friends, today I am with soul sharing with the help of a few lines from Masnavi Maulana Rumi from 6th Daftar, and in those lines Maulana Rumi says about companionship, that how companionship strengthens your venture, your sojourn. So he says that हर नबी अंदरी रह दुरुस्त मौजज़ा बेनमूद वहम रहा बेजुस्त कि prophet every prophet in this straight row, in straight path, have shown evidently miracles and taken many companions with him to preach his message. And then he says, Garn Bashad Yar Ye Diwar Ha Ke Barayad Khana Ambar Ha. If there were no company of the walls, if there were no walls jointly made, how the house or residence, home or place have been made, or mezzanines have been made. So it is impossible without joining the walls. You cannot erect house. And then again, in that sense, he quotes example of roof कि हर यके दीवार हा अगर बाशद जुदा हर यके दीवार अगर बाशद जुदा सकफ चूं बाशद मुअल्लक बर हवा. If every wall were separately made without joining, then how a roof have been suspended or hanged in air? It was also impossible. There was no concept of roof without assemblage, without joining of walls. So walls are very much necessary for making a roof. For making a roof, and without walls, roof is impossible. And then he says, or he quotes example of ink and pen. He says that Garna Bashad Yari Habaro Kalam. Garna Bashad Yari Habaro Kalam Keftad Barru Kagaz Barakam. If there were no companionship of ink and pen, how can you write anything on paper? How a thing is arised on paper? It is impossible to have any written thing without ink or pen, and those ink or pen are just sources are instruments, and those instruments or means are variable, they can be changed. But here the point is of assemblage, points is of union, that without union you cannot make synchronization, and those synergies help you in any sojourn. So and for these ventures and for those sojourns, Pegambers, even in this straight path, have shown miracles, and they have taken companions to help them in the preaching of their message, and are the message of Almighty Allah. And then he quotes the example of walls. If walls are not joined, then there is no concept of home, house, or residence, or palace. If all the walls were erected separately, then there is no concept of to be erected ceiling, to be erected a roof over the house, and it was impossible to make hanging up ceiling or roof in the air. It was impossible. And then the best example he gives is of ink and pen. When ink and pen are making a union, then there becomes writing evident on paper. It is a joint venture of ink, pen, and paper, and a writer. Thus any writings appear any writing appears on the paper. So that is the philosophy of union. Uh, in previous lines we have discussed about that. Rumi says that the road is important in life, in sojourn, everything. And then he says that the companionship is very much important. It matters in that sojourn. And companionship or friendship or those good friends make your journey smooth and easier. So in these lines, he mentions again union, companionship, and how the union of things, how joining things together creates many shapes, creates many things, creates many great things, and creates so many great ventures of the world. It is unionship, it is companionship of different things, and that is the real philosophy of union, or making or working together for a good result. Thank you very much.